Welcome to Stranded in the Wind, a podcast about purpose, awakening, and the sacred storms that shape us. I'm Canyon, and each week I sit down with storytellers who turned fear into fuel and found their path through the unknown. This isn't just about where you've been, but why you're here.
It's time to tell your story. It's time to heal the world. Gosh, I'm good. And our special guest today is Charmaine Chachi.
Hey, y'all!
Charmaine, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Charmaine. Thank you so much for closing that door. I'm Charmaine, aka Chachi. Good to meet you all.
All right, y'all.
Oh my goodness!
Hopefully this mic is getting everything.
That mic got absolutely no audio, so y'all just part of their learning curve. Back to the episode.
Charmaine is a flight attendant with me. We're not going to say the airline because no free advertising out here. But we are flight attendants together. Ooh, ooh.
Wow.
I want to do that. All right.
Right away.
Okay.
Carry.
So the thing about Charmaine or Chachi,
Yeah.
would you rather me call you?
You don't like to call me Chachi. Call me Charmaine, because I think that's natural for you.
I almost never call her Chachi, which everyone else does, but I do not. All right. Charmaine is very joyful,
Yes.
overly joyful,
Overly.
so joyful. And you know why you're so joyful?
Tell me. Tell me.
Because she loves the Lord.
That's right. He'll do it for you.
A big believer right here. The biggest believer. So I've never really done this before.
I know.
So
Me neither. It's my first time.
all right, the cool thing about this is we're trying to figure it out.
Yes.
And Charmaine has an amazing story that she's going to tell us about how her life changed forever.
Oh my gosh.
I believe, actually, I don't know the stories though. I'm not sure what the story's about. But we're going to all listen to it for the first time together.
That is a lot of pressure.
Mhm. Did it change your life?
It did. I think there's many moments that have shaped my life, but one of them in particular, there's this one time. I was transitioning from like 4th to 5th grade. So I'm like, what is that, like 9, 10, 10, 11?
Let me get into this.
Yeah. I'm transitioning right from like 4th to 5th grade or 5th to 6th or whatever. It's, let's say, like a June, like the middle of June, summer day, right? And I knew when I woke up that morning that it didn't seem the same. Like, you ever have a day that just, like, today don't feel like a normal day? And mind you, I'm like 10, 11 years old, and this day did not feel normal. I remember I had a friend's, like, pool party to go to. And so I went to her pool party. That was around, like, noon. And so my mom took me to this birthday party. Still, the whole day felt strange, right? And me,
You were 11?
like 10 or 11. Yeah. Young-ish. And so, I go to this pool party, but back at home, there's people. Oh no, it was July. It was July. Because there were people working at our house. We were getting our basement redone. It was my mom's birthday and then my cousin's birthday. And so they were going to have like a big joint party. And so we got these people working in our basement, like installing new wood floors, yada, yada, yada. I go to the pool party. I come back home. Everybody is as normal. Like, my mom's watching TV. Me and my brothers are upstairs playing or whatever we're doing. And then all of a sudden, you hear this big, like explosion. Like,
What it sound like?
like that. And you're like, you can hear it throughout the whole house. And from the basement, like we immediately come downstairs, we find our mom, we like, what was that? And like nobody really knows. But then you start to see like, oh, there's a dust and like smoke rise from the basement. And then you see the workers in the basement, like everybody's running upstairs, and we still trying to figure out what's going on. And then like after a couple minutes, the workers are like, everybody get out the house. Our house is on fire. And so you couldn't like immediately see the fire, but you could see the smoke from the fire. And so you hear this big explosion. There's smoke, there's dust. It's starting in the basement. Now it's starting to like fill the house. And they're like, everyone get out of the house, like it's a fire. And I think it started in the walls. So you couldn't see it immediately, but then you saw like the effects of it. You saw the smoke, you saw the dust. Fire in the walls. They have everybody rush out of the house. And no lie, we are standing outside our house for hours. Like now you're starting to see the flames. You're hearing more combustion.
So the whole house was actually like on fire.
Legit, the whole house. Because the fire was in the wall. So now it's like spreading all the way from the basement to the top floor.
Probably electrical.
Definitely electrical. And they were working on the floors. So
Right.
we were like, whatever they had hooked up, probably machinery, etc. We're all outside the house. We're watching the house burn for hours. And the firefighter comes, the news comes, the whole neighborhood is watching the house. Like, we just gathered around like it's a big bonfire, watching this house burn down. And, you know, I'm young. Me and my brothers are young, but we're at the neighbor's house across the street, right? My mom's like, y'all go in the basement over here. Y'all just like, you know, like, I'll figure out everything. And so we're in the basement. We're having a good time. That was actually the first time I ever seen Aladdin. It was amazing. And so me and the other kid...
House is burning down, you're watching.
House is burning down. We're in the basement with the neighbors watching Aladdin, having a great time. Totally, really not thinking about it. Meanwhile, my mom's on the porch, probably crying hysterically,
For sure.
praying, everything. Us kids not thinking anything about it. And so house burned for hours and hours, like maybe like 4 hours. It was crazy. And then they finally put it out. I don't even think we can sell. I mean, I don't think that day we were able to go back in there. We had to go to like a hotel that night.
I've seen a house fire and they burn forever.
Isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
crazy.
forever.
And they start breaking down all the windows.
Exactly.
Going to, I mean, they destroy your house.
Yeah.
With this fire. I know, it's crazy.
Yes. And so we go to the hotel, whatever. Like, first of all, my aunt, she was the one who made sure that we got to the hotel because we had drove around for hours. I don't know if everything was booked up or what the case was, but we drove around for a long time, like looking for somewhere. She's like, we are not just gonna leave y'all stranded, and we couldn't go to my aunt's house. So she was like, we'll make sure you get to a hotel. So we got into a hotel that night, and it was just crazy. It just didn't seem like that day was real. And even after the fire and everything, it still didn't seem like it was real. But at no point did I ever feel like, I don't know, I never felt worried. I actually didn't feel like scared. And honestly, I really think it's because one, the Lord, I knew he was going to provide. And then my mom, she was such an excellent mom. She was just like, y'all be kids.
She's holding it down.
Yeah, like, even though all this is going on, like, this is not for y'all to figure out. Like, us adults and Lord, we got to handle. And I just feel like that event in my life, a couple things it taught me. Really not to worry. I'm not a big warrior. I really don't worry.
You're not a big warrior, but you are a warrior.
Come on.
Come on.
I'm not a big warrior, but I'm a warrior.
Come on.
Amen. And so, I pray about it. I pray about everything, anything nowadays, and I don't be worried. Like, the Lord got it. If he handled that, if you ever lost, like, anything, that's an example of losing everything, and all you had is the things that really matter: your family, the Lord, your life. And so that's something that definitely taught me not to worry, and that these material things can be replaced. Like, whatever the problem is, it's never too big for God. Like, even though your whole house just burned out, you still good. And I mean, from that moment on, we got our house rebuilt and all that different things, but I don't know, I had a great time in the middle of a tragedy. I was having the time of my life.
Watching Aladdin.
Basically, a whole new world. So
Quite literally a whole new world.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. And you know what somebody, okay, so y'all, there's this story in the Bible that talks about Job. I don't know if you ever heard the story. But this guy, he was like the richest man in the East or the West. I don't know. But he had like, wife, kids.
I feel like I keep hearing about this story.
Acres. You gotta read it. And this is when I wasn't too aware.
My brother was just telling me about this.
Yes, it's such a good story. Read it. And I don't know when I prayed this prayer, but I was like, Lord, give me faith like Job. Because he was like, Lord, basically what happened is, right, he had all this stuff. And then the enemy's like, I need somebody to test. And the Lord's like, have you tried my servant Job? And so the enemy is trying Job, takes his wife, well, not takes his wife, but kills his kids, takes all his like cattle, his land, everything. So he loses every single thing, right? And then to the point where his wife is even like, you might as well curse God and die. And then she did. And so he basically loses everything. And at the end, he remembers.
And his friends start asking, oh, you must have done something.
Yeah, like, what did you do? And to the
and
point.
he's like, I swear I didn't do anything. Yeah.
And even to the point where Job himself was like, God, I cursed the very day I was born. Like, he's like, Lord, why you didn't make me? And so I don't know when I prayed this prayer, but I'm like, that is an example of literally like losing everything. But in Job's testimony, the Lord restored everything like double time.
Yeah.
And so
I was just listening to, actually last week at church, they were talking about this, about how when Job asked that, why are you doing this to me?
yeah.
And God basically responded with, like, this has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm. Like me. Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah, like, none of this has anything to do with you.
Yeah.
And then he starts, like, talking to Job's friends. It's like shame on y'all for trying to convince him that this has anything to do with what he had done, and, like, that God was trying to forsake him because of something that he did or whatever. But yeah, I feel that story keeps coming up.
Yeah, you need to read it. And another thing that taught me is how to trust the Lord. Because one of the main scriptures in that in his book that I love is like, though he slay me, yet will I trust him, and something else to that. But it's like, Lord,
what was it?
Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Job like 13-15.
Okay.
And so it's like, even in the midst of losing everything, it's like, will you still trust me? And so it taught me how to trust God. That was like the start of me like really trusting God. Even though I was so young. Not to worry, just to trust the Lord.
But you know what? I feel like even for me, like at 11 years old,
Mm-hmm.
got a hand on me.
What the?
I feel like at 11 years old, I was like having deep conversations with God. Like, it didn't matter what age you were. It's like actually, if you look at like children, they're like, they're way connected.
Super connected.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. I didn't know you lost your house.
I know. I be forgetting about it sometimes.
Where is that at?
This was back in like Chicago. So like West Suburbs, Hillside. I wonder if I can still see it. I have a picture at my house in the new house. I gotta show you. It's dope. Yeah.
And you guys still have that house?
No, my mom sold it. She went to San Diego. Yeah.
Oh right.
I kind of wish she did. I hope she maybe buys it again. But we left the house.
House burning down.
I know.
Watching the movie about a whole new world.
Having a blast. We eating snacks. We watching Aladdin.
Yeah, because I remember one time I was driving down the street. I was on the way to my friend David's house, and I'm seeing all this smoke in the air, and I'm like, hold up, David, I think a house is on fire. And I pulled up to this house, and literally, like, flames were coming out of the window. The firefighters weren't even there yet, and people are rushing out of the house. And I must have got there before, so I waited around, and it ended up being people, like the kids of the house, who were probably in high school at the time. They were friends with my older brothers. So I ended up knowing them. But it was crazy to see, like, the firefighters coming and literally just destroying the house, taking the glass out and going through the windows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, and how quickly those fires could, like, take over. So it's good that your mom basically had y'all go and not experience because that could definitely stick with you for some years.
Like, that could have been such a traumatizing event, but honestly, I feel like it didn't even happen to me.
Did y'all ever figure out what happened?
Yeah, it was an electrical fire.
While the people were working, did they cause something?
Yeah, it was them. I think whatever type of like machinery that they were using, because I think they were in like the process of like polishing or whatever the floors at that moment. So whatever they were doing in that basement, that's definitely what triggered it.
That's crazy. I think that's funny too, because I remember my mom always like instilled in us like what our address was and all these different things, because she was always like, if you ever see a fire, you need to call the the fire department because I guess one of her friends at the time had like her house caught on fire. So I was like always like a huge fear, and I always knew my address. I was like,
I know.
I was always ready.
Story's not too crazy though. It's kind of cool. That fire burned longer than my story.
So I know you said you had another story that you wanted to tell.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so
Spicy.
not even. Okay, so there were two stories that came to mind. This was actually the first one that came.
And why did those stories come to mind?
I don't know. Okay, you know what? When I read these questions are like things that like have. I think one of the reasons why these two stories came up is like stories that always stick with me, like stories that I'll never forget. Like even though they're not always on my mind, like I remember that.
Yeah.
And so this is a story. I feel like this one was so like. I kind of want to say supernatural. It was just definitely like, this is for you. Like, you were definitely like highlighted. Like, this is specifically for Canyon if you ever had, like a moment like that. And so it was in college. Let me see. I was in my like junior year, right? Like about to be spring junior year. And I majored in like health or whatever. And so we needed an internship. And so we were in like some like meeting or like assembly, some class, and like all the people that were doing the internships, they came in and talked to us, and they're like, "Yeah, apply if you want to do this, and whatever." And so then after class, after that meeting, I ended up running into one of the people for the internship, and I just after chopping it up, I'm like, woo, yada yada, and he's like, "You're exactly the person that we were wanting our internship." And no lie, I don't know what came over me. Like, we shook hands, and I went about my day, but like, I ended up running into my friends, and I started crying. And I was like, y'all, I just got an internship. Mind you, I just met this man. He didn't even say, like, you got it. He just like, you the type of person that we want. And I'm like, y'all, I got the internship. And this was the only paid internship, too. All the rest of them were unpaid. So this one was the only paid.
Kids, you need
exactly. You know what about that money. And so this is the only paid one. I literally run up to them, and I'm so excited, and I believe with all of my heart what I'm saying. Like, I got the internship to the point where I'm crying. And they like, well, congratulations. Like, how do you even know? I was like, I don't know, but I got it.
Yeah, oh, I know.
And then
he told me.
And then I go to the internship. Like, I go to the interview for the internship, right? And there's like 7 girls. They do that group interview thing, which I don't kind of like because I feel like there's a little bit more intimidating. Like, you got Becky over here. She like, yeah, I did 7 of these internships, whoop-de-whoop. And you got like Janelle over here. She's like, yeah, I did 3, and I used to do the internship at Shirley Ryan Lab, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't did nothing.
And I'm trying to get this paid internship.
Yeah, I'm here. And no lie, so I was kind of starting to feel like a little intimidated, like a little insecure. Like, Lord, like, these people that did more than me, they probably more qualified, yada, yada. And I remember him saying, he was like, it doesn't matter if you're 1 in a million. Like, if I chose you for this, like, it's for you. And that gave me so much peace. And no lie, I got that internship.
Who said that?
The Lord.
Oh, the Lord.
The Lord told me that. Because he was like, even if it's 1 million of y'all, if I chose you, it's for you.
Yeah. And
indeed, that internship was for me.
And you got it.
I got it. I had a great time. And I was like one of the best interns ever. And we had an excellent time.
And you would get paid.
Get paid? I thought you get paid.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And I know in college you be needing the money too. Yeah.
College kids, some of the brokest and richest people I ever met. You'll have some new shoes, but no money to get your
no money.
No money to eat or get your books.
I remember when I was in college, man, it was like, if I had like $30, I was balling.
No, for real.
It was like, everybody eating tonight.
Oh my gosh, I remember one time I was so hungry. And I was like, Lord, your word says that you feed the birds. Them fools don't even work or go to school. And I'm like, surely you'll feed me. And no lie, somebody came through like some food stamps or something. Or million credits.
And I know about being broke in college because the year before I went to college, I worked all summer long.
Dang, before college, not even in college.
Yeah, before college, because I was saving up before college. I think I was making $10 an hour. And I was like, yeah, that was it. I mean, at the time, 2017,
Yeah.
Really, yeah. 2017, because you're a little older.
You a young buck.
You're
a young buck.
older than me.
You a young buck.
Yeah.
I'm Chachi. That's right. Call me Granny. I'm
Hey.
actually really excited to be Granny. I'm excited to be a mom too, though. I'm really.
You gotta start with mom then.
I know, but Granny's be unhinged.
Hey y'all, she's single. She looking for her husband. So if you interested, you know where to find her.
Okay, just make sure you love the Lord. Okay.
You have to love the Lord. There ain't no question about that.
Because I love Him.
Back to the story. So, right? So boom. You from New York? No, you from Chicago. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I worked all summer long. I remember because I must have been making $10 an hour because I worked 50 hours. I made $500. So, right, that
I'm just let you have it.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, I remember I had $800 for my year of college, and that was just spending money.
Sheesh.
So $800 was really good.
Okay.
Just to have to just
Below.
yes, yeah, just a
Okay.
low.
Wow.
And I was best friends with my roommate. I mean, we did everything together.
Aww.
And I wasn't worried. We were cool. We were so cool with each other. We went to lunch together, and we went off campus together. We did all this stuff. And I come back. I went home for a week, and I came back, and I went to go grab some money for something.
No.
All my money was gone.
No, what took it? Your mama?
I didn't know at the time.
Oh.
Mama, what? I don't know anything, but I was on campus.
Oh, but where's your money at?
It was on campus.
Oh.
I left it where I always put it.
Oh, on campus.
On campus, right?
Mm.
So all my money was gone.
Mm.
And I lost it. I mean, I went crazy. I was so heated. And he had convinced me that it was this girl that had been like in and out of our room. We were also friends with her at the time.
Mm.
And my roommate had convinced me that it was this girl. And like, yo, at the time, I was ready to kill somebody. Like, I had to walk outside and walk up and down the street just because, like, if I would have known who it was at the time, truly, I might be sitting in jail right now. Like, straight up.
I would leave that.
But, what is that?
Hello, Moto.
Oh, yeah. So, I had no what to do, so I went to the police, the campus police. And I was like, yo, $800 is gone. And we had four roommates to a room. So it was 2 roommates in one room, shared bathroom, and then 2 roommates in the other room. And like, there was really no locks on the door. So everybody had access to each other's room. And the other 2 dudes were everybody was cool. I'm like, who could have taken this money?
Right.
So I go to the police, I talk to them. They're like, oh, it's cash. I'm like, yeah. They're like, there's not really anything we can do.
Yikes.
And I'm like, all right, well, if they're not going to help me, I'm going to figure out who took my money on my own. Yeah, for real. So I ended up making a list of everyone who had access to my room. And everyone had a bunch of reasons why they would take my money. For personal reasons, for, a vendetta against me, this and that. And my one roommate, who I was best friends with, I didn't have a single thing listed next to him. And I'm like, that's so weird. Why would it be him? But then I decided to look at it from a different perspective. He's the only one without anything written next to him. Maybe he's the one. And so I started playing it real cool with him. I started like asking him to use his laptop, and I started reading stuff. And he's Ethiopian, so I started reading stuff in Amharic, and I started sending screenshots to my friends back home who are Ethiopian, and they're translating for me. And he's basically a scammer.
No.
And that's what he's translating.
Scammer.
Right, yeah.
No.
That's what he's translating in like these messages. And so I start like really like diving deep. And I ended up going, because I ended up going that day, I ended up going to the girl who I thought it was her.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was her. And I went to her room, opened her door, and her door was unlocked. And I woke her up from sleep and was like, basically like, you're lucky you're a girl, because if you weren't, I would have beat your fucking ass. And she came back like 2 hours later, banging on my door, came in, just started like getting in my face, telling me all the reasons why, like, don't you come to my room, this and that. And I'm like, why are you so mad? You're only mad because you probably did it. And so anyway, like a week later, once I started to realize it was probably my roommate, I ended up going to her and like basically like begging for her forgiveness because I'm like, look, I'm so sorry, and we basically she was we dabbed each other up, we were cool, and we came up with a plan to try to catch my roommate, and we basically decided we're gonna pretend
Right.
to not hang out with each other, that we don't like each other, because she was my first friend at that campus. So the fact that we weren't cool because I thought she stole my money, she really didn't, was super bad.
Yeah.
So I ended up, talking to her, and we were like, we're gonna pretend like we're not cool with each other, and make my roommate believe that we're still not cool with each other, to try to catch him for what he's done. And so one day I finally, trying to go get something. I needed like $50. I was gonna try to find some money, and he goes, "Hey, my mom knows that your money's gone. She wants me to give you $50." And I'm like, "Dude, you don't have to give me any money." I think I was gonna get food or something, and I'm like, "Dude, you don't have to give me any money. It's fine." And he's like, "No, my mom insists, so I'll go to the ATM, get you some cash, and then, give you the money." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
So when he went to the ATM, he gave me a $50 bill, and I'm like, "All right, dude, we'll both go eat, because I'm not gonna just spend this on myself." So we went to go get food, and the night came, and I started thinking, and I'm like, weird. I've never been to an ATM that gives you $50. There's only one ATM on the entire campus. So I had my other friend go to the ATM the next day and try to pull out $50. And it was an option for 20, 40, 60, 80. No 50.
Yeah.
And so one of the bills that was missing from my stack of bills was 50s. And so it was in that moment that I knew that it was my roommate. And so I ended up, the day before, I ended up changing my roommates and moving to a different room.
That day before, within the same school year, y'all can change rooms?
Same school year. Yeah, before the next semester started.
Okay.
And the day that I was moving out, I walked him on this trail that we always walked, and I sat him down, and I basically was like, I want you, no, I was super chill about it. I was like, I want you to know that, I know it was you. I know you stole my money, and how it first started actually was I started asking him, I was like, do you believe in karma? And we started going back and forth and talking about all these different reasons why, what karma was, this and that.
Yikes.
And at the end, he finally was like, no, I don't believe in karma. And that was the official moment that I was like, yeah, it was you. So I told him, I'm like, dude, I know it was you. I know you stole my money. And he was like, Canyon, I can't believe you would think so negatively of me, that you would think that I would steal your money. This. I can't believe you would think that.
Yeah.
And I finally was like, bro, I never once said that I think you stole my money. I was like, I said, I know you stole my money. And I want you to know, all is forgiven.
Amen.
And I walked away. And that was the last time that I spoke to him. And some other crazy stuff also went down after that, later on, legally, that was really bad. But anyway, it was all good. But yeah, it was crazy. And then he was in, so I ended up changing my room. I ended up being with a super, super cool roommate from West Baltimore.
Right.
Me and him still talk every so often. But later on in the year, so all of those dudes that were in the room with us, the 3 other roommates, they all basically vouched for this guy. Okay. I was like, oh, he's good. Okay. And then summer or winter vacation came, and they came back, and he was the only one that stayed for winter vacation. He was the only one that didn't leave. They came back, and everyone's TVs were gone.
No.
Everyone's Xbox Ones were gone. Basically, anything that was remotely valuable was gone. And he supposedly just had no idea what had happened.
Bro, you're the only one that's still there.
Right. So they never could prove legally that he was involved, because they actually saw on cameras who was taking it out of the building,
Oh, they did.
but someone had to have let those people in
That part.
to get it. And so of course they never so anyway, they ended up like giving him his own room. It was like pretty messed up. And like I always wonder like where this guy is, like just
Dang.
at this time.
That's crazy.
But anyway, what I was saying though is that like after that I had no money. So
He had no money, no food.
no, it's crazy because like I was so mad. I worked all summer for that money and ended up just having it stolen.
No.
So
Wait, no. Can I tell you why I thought it was your mom? Because this
I'm like, I love you, Mama.
Mama, I love you too. Have you ever seen it?
It was your mom.
What happened was one summer. Okay, I think my first summer after college, after my freshman year, I got my first like surfing job, and I was working at Thank you. Was I getting thirsty looking?
I'm thirsty. I'm getting parched.
That was delicious. You want some gum?
No.
Okay. So right, it was my summer, like my first summer after college, and I'm working at the restaurant as a server. You ever heard of Papados? Can I say Papados something?
What is it?
Papados.
Say it a little louder for the audience.
Papados.
I never heard of that.
I love Papados.
If y'all know what Papados is,
It's like a
put it in the
good
comments.
kitchen. It's good. Y'all know.
In Chicago?
Yeah, they got one in Chicago. It originated in like Texas somewhere. I don't know, Houston, San Antonio.
You would recommend it?
Absolutely. We stay in one right across the street from one of our hotels. I don't know why I'm doing this like they can't hear me.
Okay.
It's right across the street.
The height? Okay.
Anyway, okay. So as a surfer, you get cash tips. And so I'm like, I love this. You bring in whole cash tips. I must have saved up from the whole entire summer, like maybe like $600, right? And I kept it in a safe in my mom's room because I'm like, I don't trust it in my room. People in and out of here, and I don't have no safe in my room. I put it in there. Y'all, no lie. I come home at the end of like a work day. I think it's like the end of the summer. I go to the safe. Nothing's in there. Mom, what happened to my money? She's like, oh, I took it. I had to use it for something. I think I just walked out the room. Like, I don't know what emotion I felt, but it's like, dang, like, how can I be mad at my mom? She just took all of my tip money from my hard-earned job over the
My hard-earned money.
So I never got to use any of those tips. All the money go.
That was it. She said, oh, I needed it for something.
Yeah, that was it. She said, please, forgive me. And I did. I was also upset, I think, but it's just like...
That's rough, too, because, like, how can you be mad because you're, like, you pay for everything?
Exactly. At the same time, like, I am living under your roof. Like,
Yeah, but, like you thought you had $600, and turns out you didn't have no $600.
Yeah, zero.
You were saving that money for your mama.
So, yeah, that's why I thought it was your mom.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
Hopefully you're making more money to where $600 ain't nothing to you now.
Man, God is so good I am.
Come on. God's good.
All the time.
All the time.
Side note, he hung up a sign in my house that says God is good.
I did hang
And
that sign.
it is. And from then I knew I loved him.
I mean, how could you not love such a beautiful young man?
Sent by God. I never knew I would know him. I never knew I would know him. That's not good.
Here we are.
Boom.
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 So I got a question for you.
Ask me.
Let's get a little deeper.
Ask me anything.
What is the biggest struggle of your life, either currently or that you've overcome?
Okay, excellent question. You know what I feel like the biggest struggle is? Okay, overall, and I'm gonna get specific. Overall, obeying God, because right, like I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, right? So that's just number one. If God's like, okay, go here, like move to this place, work at this job, get this car, and do that. I'm like, no, I want this car. I want to live here. Right? So that's just one. I'm still working on that. And then very specifically, recently, one of my biggest struggles is finances, actually.
Finances.
I know I'm going to take my $600 and I'm more blessed than I was before, though I'm struggling with managing money. Because it's not necessarily that I need more of it. I do want more. but I gotta learn how to manage what I already got.
And I think we can all relate to
I
that.
know. It's like such a practical thing. It's not even like super crazy deep, but it's like, I need help with finances. Like, I never get some like professional help.
Well,
And I'm not a gambler. Like, I'm not a saver either. I pay my bills, I pay my tithes, and then I'll be like, where's all my money?
I know. I'm wondering the same thing. And it's like, I think the problem is we live in a society now where it's like, it's almost impossible to survive.
It's crazy.
It's like rent is
Yes.
an exorbitant amount of money, literally.
Say that word again.
Exorbitant.
Exorbitant?
Did I say it right?
I think so. I don't know. I like
It felt kind of crazy when I said it. I was trying to think I was smart.
Exorbitant. I liked it.
Exorbitant. I
Exorbitant.
feel like I'm saying that wrong.
I might already see it in my mind. Exorbitant. Let's go with it. We'll
Yeah,
go with
well,
it. Y'all just write
if
it
that's
down.
not a word, it is now. Webster Dictionary.
Canyon Dictionary.
Yeah, come on. But no, yeah, everything's so expensive. Like, I do the same thing. I'm like, all right, I just actually broke down in this journal all my bills just the other day. Let's see if I can pull it up. Here we go, monthly bills. I got rent,
Yeah.
car payment,
Yeah.
dog.
Ooh.
Top 3 things that I pay for.
My lord.
Then I got my cell phone, my electric, car insurance, and then the rest are just like small things, but they add up, right? So the problem with this
Right.
is at the end of the day, I got about $2,400 in bills. And as a flight attendant, second year pay, I ain't making that much money, y'all. I mean, and when I work, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So if I'm gone, what do I gotta pay for? A dog sitter, which is not cheap. It's like a babysitter, like for my forever toddler.
Literally.
So
He's a good dad.
yeah, I'm trying, but so anyway, it's tough out here because you look at the payments of when our parents were growing up. It's like you could work a single job and support a whole family off of it.
Literally, and they be like, back in my day, this ain't your day.
Right.
And this is indeed my back that's working. But them bills is crazy.
Right. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because I think it's so important for everyone to have at least starting a project or an opportunity of something that brings their creator side.
Yes, because we're all creators.
We are creators.
And let's
Right.
guys are doing this.
We're made in the image of God.
Literally.
The first words of the Bible, whether you believe it or not, is God created the heavens and the earth.
Come on and preach.
Well, what is the reason that God created the heavens and the earth?
Yeah,
Because God is creative.
he's a creator.
And so if we are made in the image of God,
Come on.
therefore we are creative beings. And so most of us are working jobs
Yeah.
that we are being creative for somebody else. We're creating to make someone else money and not creating to make ourselves money. And take the money away, but we have to survive. We have to support ourselves. We have to, take care of our main responsibilities, our children, our dogs, our cats, our hermit crabs, whatever.
Hamsters, our tarantulas.
Right, chinchillas, our flying squirrels, some people got pet tigers and whatnot. But I think it's so important for people to pursue a creative outlet. And I think as you start to do this, you start to notice more things about what your purpose is and who you're supposed to serve in the world while also serving yourself. Right? So I made this podcast about, being how important it is to tell your story and storytelling, because most people are walking around and they don't even know what their stories are. It's like they take their traumas and their fears of life and they put it in a closet somewhere and they forget that it's there. And it's like, first off, we need to face those things, because I believe that those traumas and fears were lessons
For sure.
that we were supposed to learn to transmute into, some type of life force, some type of gift that you give to the world. And, God put these traumas in our life because God knew that we were strong enough and capable of overcoming these so that we could teach others that may be going through the same thing.
Come on, trauma to treasure.
Trauma to treasure.
The word says,
Trauma to treasure.
by the blood of the Lamb, the word of our testimony. Like, literally, like, those are our testimonies. Our trauma to treasure is our testimony. Canyon, if you could put it into one, like, word or sentence, or maybe many, like, what do you think your purpose is?
What is my purpose?
Yeah.
It's funny. I've been trying to figure this out for a few years now, for most of my life. But
Surely, yeah.
I read this book, and I'm gonna shout this book out all the time because it changed my life. The Celestine Prophecy.
I think you told me about that, buddy.
I think everyone should read this book. And it's funny because I believe that by reading this book, basically I'll go into it for a second. It's got 9 insights that talks about how we get closer to spirit and elevating the world and entering into basically the golden age or heaven here on earth. And it talks about these 9 ways to basically get closer to God, closer to the Lord, closer to spirit, closer to the Holy Spirit. It doesn't use all these words, but this is my interpretation of it. The second insight talks about how at one point in history, we were devout to, spirit, to God, to trying to go to heaven. And at some point, we started to notice that the people in the church, mainly, were not so holy. They were doing
Church, we gotta do better.
treacherous things, and people realized that if this person is telling me about God, but then they're over here doing these monstrous things.
That's real, yeah.
Is it?
No, that's real. Like,
Right.
You like, why would I believe them? Why would I follow them? Why would I
Right. Why would I believe them? And most people weren't literate, so they couldn't read the word for themselves. So they started trying to find a different God or something that was more realistic to them. So the world turned to science because if they needed to be able to prove that these things existed. So, we look at gravity. Oh, well, what must go up must come down. Okay. All these scientific things. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to get to
Scientists can. Maybe you should get into it.
I'd be better at explaining it. But so for years and years, we basically sent out these philosophers and these spiritual mentors, and we said, go find the answers. And it took them longer to return with answers than we thought. So in the meantime, we were looking for answers through science. And for hundreds of years, we started doing things through science, and we created better lives. We created the Industrial Revolution. We started changing how we worked. We started we created the light bulb. We made things a lot more easy for us to live and for us to not have to always be trying to survive, right? And we forgot that we sent out these philosophers. We forgot we sent out these people. And so we've gotten so attached to the idea of science being God. And that we need to come back to the main question, which is, overall, why are we here? What is our purpose for being here as a collective, as a humanity? What's our purpose for being here? And the second insight talks about how to collectively figure out why we're here, we need to figure out individually why we're here. And so discovering our purpose, or our what I like to call your sacred gift or your superpower.
Come on, superpower, because we're really Marvel characters.
We are. And actually, shout out to a book that I am about to finish called What's the Point? Your Story Matters, coming out soon. I talk about how we have superpowers.
Your book?
My book.
His book! Like, this actual book. I'll let you in a book.
Written by me.
Okay, what's the point?
What's the point?
I like
Your
that.
Story Matters, coming soon. And
I like that.
I talk about how, we all have superpowers, and how, as a child, we understand intrinsically what our superpower is. We're so good at something specifically. Some people are just naturally good at music. Some people are naturally good at just talking to people and networking. That was for me. I was so good at networking. I didn't realize that.
I can see that, yeah.
Some people are just really good at math or really good at science. And a lot of times, the people that are supposed to be our biggest supporters are the ones who basically kill our dreams. Our parents.
I see that.
Our teachers.
It starts at home. Yeah.
Right. It starts at home because they're like, oh, how is you painting pictures, being an artist, going to pay the bills?
Right.
So they move you away from art and they put you into math. But you could have been the next Picasso. But because of that, they killed your dreams. So you grow up trying to figure out what this was, but you already knew as a child, right? So we already know what our superpowers are. We just forget. So it's not about discovering what our purpose is, but it's about remembering
I can see that.
what our purpose is. And for me, to go back to your question,
Yeah.
it's kind of an oxymoron, but I truly am starting to believe that my purpose is helping guide other people to discover their purpose.
Yes! I can agree with that. I can see you doing that.
Which is crazy because it's like, it's funny, like, again, it's an oxymoron because I feel like, you know, and God says this also, it's like, to help yourself, you must help others. And so for me to, you know, pursue my superpower or my reason for being, the Japanese call this your ikigai, your reason for life, your reason for breathing. I need to help others find their reason. And only by fulfilling other people's dreams of discovering their purpose will I fulfill my own. Right? So, and in this chapter of my life, I'm not sure this is going to go on forever, but what I do realize is that it starts with your story and understanding who you are as a person, what your traumas are, imagine yourself as a video game character and like a RPG player, a real player, I think that's what it's called, or I don't know, a real player game.
Okay.
And you're trying, the ultimate goal at the end is to slay the dragon.
Okay.
And rescue the princess. And if you went right now from what you had on level 1, if you try to defeat that dragon with nothing but the clothes on your back, you're done. And what it takes is leveling up. Learning about potions, learning about weaponry, learning how to wield a sword, how to hold a sword, how to climb a building and rescue the princess, all these things that you have to learn. And so as you're going through life, you're going through trial and error, you're discovering different things in your life that are making you into who you are. For example, the stories really stuck out to me, but we're going on kind of a biblical sense right now. So let's keep the story going. The story of Moses.
Come on, Moses.
And about how if they would have listened to God, they would have been from Egypt to the Holy Land.
Yeah.
And to the Promised Land in 11 days.
Yeah.
11 to 13 days.
Yeah.
But because they went against God's word, it took them 40 years.
40
of
years ago.
Wandering the wilderness.
40 years. Not 40 days, 40 years.
40 years. And it should have taken them 11 to 13 days.
My God.
And so it makes me think about when I look in my journals from 6-7 years ago.
Level up.
I was writing about starting a podcast.
Uh-huh.
I was writing about writing a book.
Uh-huh.
And it's taken me 6 or 7 years to even start these things that I'm just trying to do. And so it's like we have to go through the wilderness. And
you gotta go through the levels. You gotta
level up, right?
Level up.
And so like I think about Moses. It's like they could have been to the Promised Lands in 11 days, but they needed training to go against the Canaanites.
They did.
To go against these giants that they were facing. And it took them maybe 40 years to get all of the things that they truly needed to defeat them.
Yeah.
And so it makes me realize that there is no lost time.
Amen. Yeah.
You know, it's like you can beat yourself up about all the lost years that you've had, but all of those years that you were going through pain and trauma, or a house that burned down, or someone stole your money. It's like these things built you into who you are.
For sure.
They leveled you up.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the only way to defeat the dragon.
Level up. Level up. Level up.
Hey,
That's what I was thinking. Level up. 1, 3, 2, 1. Level up.
Oh, that's what you were saying?
That's what I was thinking.
I wish I got
That's
that.
so funny because now
cool.
we're here at the level up.
I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know you see somehow the world can't change me and live someone good for. Live life, breathe air. I know somehow we're gonna get there and live someone good for.
That wasn't that bad. You can go on the album too?
I know it's real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up the memory. Oh, that's not Joey 101. That's Drake and Josh.
I'm done. Not just sing the wrong one.
That's the same
It's the
thing.
best of both worlds.
Is that Hannah Montana?
Uh-huh.
I love Hannah Montana.
I do too.
I'll be in the car cranking Hannah
Hannah
Montana.
Montana. Hannah Montana. Which Hannah Montana? The Hannah Montana?
No.
The real Hannah Montana.
I'm talking about the real Hannah
The
Montana.
real Hannah Montana. Yeah.
And then I still love Miley Cyrus. And you know Miley Cyrus' little sister?
No, who?
Noah Cyrus.
Oh, I have her as
She looks and sounds just like Miley.
Is she
It's
singing?
weird, yes. She's a singer.
Oh, wow.
Like, weird, she just came out of
Popped out,
nowhere.
wow.
It was weird. But anyway.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So, yes.
I love this.
That's what I believe my purpose is.
Yes.
Helping others find their purpose.
Amen.
And I also think that now let's paint a picture of this real quick, because my girl Charmaine is a big believer in the Lord.
I do.
Jesus, hallelujah.
Yeah.
I am also a believer in the Lord, but our beliefs do differ.
They did hurt, and I still love him
Mm-hmm.
as Christ loved him.
And so part of me feels like, and I was having this conversation with my mom, part of me feels like I was supposed to help people realize more about the Lord and more about Christianity. And I'm speaking lightly because I don't have enough information now to really get deep into it.
That's real. That's not, yeah.
But I keep going back to certain things.
Yeah.
For example, I'll keep it very light. The lost books of the Bible, or the books that were taken out. And I know there's all these reasons of why they didn't make it in and whatnot, but I still think that some of them have some validity. And also, I was talking to someone about this and about how the Bible was written in perfection, and the words of the Bible are God's words entirely. And like, I do agree that the original Bible was God's words. But I do also think that it wouldn't be hard for man to change words in the Bible.
I can see that.
To focus and manipulate it towards a certain propaganda or criteria that they're looking for of control. So that's the conversation about it.
That is indeed another podcast, because I do also agree that the Lord himself wrote that book through humans' hands and mouths and hands. Now, you know what's interesting, because like I'm reading the whole entire Bible from like beginning to the end this year, right? And it's so cool because like sometimes like you'll read I like go through Kings and like Chronicles, and like the end of it, it'll be like the rest of this story of King Jehoshaphat or so and so is written in these Chronicles. I'm like, but that's not in here. So I do believe that there are other like books that tell like certain people and more about their story. But I feel like everything that's in the Bible, that's what we need to know. Like, this is the basic, this is the symbols, like this is the most important. I don't think anything was taken out. I don't think it was ever put in to begin with. but there's some extra books over here, like there's some extra information about these people if you want to know. But that's not really important. We got the most important stuff in here that y'all need to know.
There's a book that I just learned about recently.
What is it?
Blew my mind, and I need to dive a little bit more into it. But again, this is the types of things that make me question and make me think that maybe there's more to all of this than we understand. But it's called The Apocalypse of Adam.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of it?
never in my life.
Yo, The Apocalypse of Adam. It's a real book. It's a real book, and I don't know the validity of it. I haven't studied it enough to understand. Right, because even if it wasn't a book in ancient times, who's to say that this wasn't just someone's creative outlet, right? Their way of basically expressing what they think could be the reality of it. So, again, conversation for another time, probably a while from now. I'll get on here with Charmaine, Chachi, to go more deep into it, and maybe we'll have like a deep discussion on some of these deep conspiracies. But that's a side note. I got a question for you, and we'll end after this.
Ask anything.
Charmaine, Chachi, what's your purpose?
Excellent question.
What is your purpose here on Mother Earth?
This is what I think my purpose is. I think my purpose is to bring people to Christ, right? And a couple ways that looks like is one, by loving people. I love people generally. And I know that they can be wicked and be evil, but like I just love them, right? And also just my joy. It's a sad world out here. And so people need a smile. They need to know like there are better days. There is hope. Also, it's another thing to bring hope to people. Like it's not always gonna be like this. Like it may be a season that you're in, right? It's not forever. It's just a season, right? You'll get through this. We gonna get through this, right? Especially with the Lord.
It's the lower levels. You need to level up.
Oh,
these next levels, they're different.
The day not always gonna be great, but it will be great at some point.
Okay? Ooh, say that again.
The day may not always be great. It will be great at some point. And also, you know what? I feel like another way that the Lord does that for me is being a friend to the friendless. Like that is like a secret low-key like pandemic. Like a lot of people don't have friends. And I'm
For
like,
real.
Oh. I don't know why that blows my mind. Stuff like I've always had friends and
we need people.
We do.
People need people.
Because can I say that like I love people even though sometimes I used to feel like I didn't need them, but I do. Everybody needs somebody. And it don't always gotta be romantic. It could be family, friends, co-workers, whatever, but you do need people. Like, we were made to fellowship. We were made to be one another.
Right.
So, yeah. Ultimately, to bring people to Christ through love, hope, joy, and friendship. And there's some other ways, but yeah.
You know, I will say this. Alright, I was going to say this before my camera shut off.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of Christians in my life.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I was very angry at the Christian faith.
That's real.
And I feel like now I'm just finally coming back into the ability to not be so angry and see a lot of the truth in the Christian faith.
Yeah.
I still have my questions. I still have a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with.
Yeah.
But what I do think that brings someone like me back into seeing that there is some truth to this is the love and the joyfulness of another human being, because only a few people have I ever met that call themselves Christians that I really feel like I've seen true joy come from them no matter what. And that's what I feel like Christ was all about. Was about loving one another, about truly being joyful of life. And I'm a big believer of energy, and you know, we roll what we see. What is it, the Bible verse? We see what we roll. We get what we roll.
Oh, you reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow.
You got it.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do. And,
That's fact.
and
That's
again,
big,
I think going back to like my purpose is
Yeah.
the only way for me to fulfill my duty is by helping other people fulfill their duty.
Correct. You sow into them and then you reap.
Right.
But of course they also reap too.
But I can't reap until I sow.
Come on, Pastor Canyon.
So
You can't reap until you sow. Some of y'all out here trying to reap, you ain't sown nothing.
you ain't sown nothing. Y'all trying to reap, but you ain't sown.
PC on the mic.
Let that sit with you for a second. So anyway, I think this was a great podcast.
Oh my God.
I think I was hella nervous at the
Me too. I've
beginning.
never done this before.
Oh. This is fun. Now I know that my camera can only go for about an hour before it shuts off. Good to know. I've had to hit record 2 or 3 different times.
Okay.
So we are learning out here.
We are learning.
This is Stranded in the Wind,
Stranded in the wind.
where we talk about the fear and traumas of life, the joyful times. We just tell stories out here.
Yeah.
And we turn fear into treasure. What is it that you said?
Trauma into treasure.
Trauma into treasure.
And turn that fear into faith. Okay. Come on and believe. Amen.
This is Stranded in the Wind, where we turn fear into faith and trauma into treasure.
Can you paint with all the colors of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
Can
Maybe you should get
you
my song.
paint with all the colors of the wind? We out.